Boundaries are really interesting and they are things that define a space or they define what you set for yourself is not crossing. If you could imagine a line in the sand, let's make it red so you can really see it. You have a boundary that you will not go beyond. You will not cross that line. And in life, it really helps when you decide where your boundaries are. In fact, it gives you power and the ability to stay behind that. If you make the decision, I am not going to I am not going to cross that boundary. Then, when you're tempted, when you have, if you make the decision, I am not going to cross that boundary, then when you're tempted, when you have friends that encourage you when you think that it might be kind of fun to try it. You won't because of your moral character and your honor and your decision. For example, what about boundaries of doing something that is a physical harm to yourself? Well, I'm really upset right now and I just want to do. Well, I'm really upset right now and I just want to do something to take it out. If you decided that you are not going to hurt yourself, then it gives you a lot of power not to do that. It's interesting because there are there are a lot of different kinds of boundaries. About boundaries of deciding not to hurt somebody, do not become phys- phys- physical, not hit somebody to not provoke them. Physically did not touch them. If that's something that you are working on and you decided know best about, I am not going to cross, you won't. And if you accidentally do, you don't get all this courage, all migrants. I did that. You say, okay, well, I know what that feels like, and you don't do it again. I have found in my life that, and there are certain boundaries that I have decided I was very young that I wasn't going across. It's a very personal decision. It's very personal for everybody. It's a little different. What about physical boundaries? Is gonna be a little touchy here. Physical boundaries of making sure you keep your body body precious in every single way. You know what? If you decide that you're going to keep it that way, then when something comes along that way that may wanna entice you or attempts no you not to you know say no, no, this is my body. And when you decide that you will have power and the ability to stay with that boundary, and you also have the responsibility once you make that decision to keep it. You know, responsibilities are huge. We have responsibilities quite often of taking care of somebody else, whether it's your brother, your sister, your parents, your aunt, your grandma, anybody you love. How about your pets? You have responsibility of taking care of your pets. Do you have make sure that they have food, to make sure they have water, and if you don't keep that responsibility, then nobody's gonna do it. When you start gathering responsibilities over example chores, if you have a responsibility of cleaning your room, making your bed in the morning, you're going to do it. And when I feel the weight of that responsibility, it really impacts you. No, I gotta do this. I have this responsibility is mine, and it will make your life more wonderful and more challenge, challenging, challenging than you could ever imagine, because there are gonna be times when you think will just this once. It's okay to cross that red line, and when you do it just once, and there's always a second time, and then after that is really easy. If you decide never to cross it and you don't, you will find yourself becoming more in control of your life. So decide where your boundaries are, what your boundaries are, and keep them. Do your responsibilities, keep your responsibilities, and you will have a wonderful life. And whether or not you know what you're going to inspire others, you will set an example that whether or not you even see that they're watching you, somebody always has. So be the kind of person that is somebody they can look up to, somebody that can respect because you keep your boundaries. One, making your bed is a responsibility. Where is the bed? A. Taking good care of your pet is a responsibility. Who has a pet? B. Responsibilities are duties that you need to take care of. Who is taking responsibility for their pet? B.